How's it going?
Hey.
She missed you. Oh no, here we go. Yeah, I've come to terms when she gets the zoomies, I just let go.
You're a big girl.
It's not worth losing the arm. Oh, good girl.
You had a good time?
She really opened up last week. I can't tell if it got bigger or not. Like, for me, I get paranoid because she has been playing.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Throat ball?
Yeah. It's hard to, I think it looks a little bit like more lopsided. Or like there's two, but I might just be remembering wrong too. Good girl.
We'll be taking her to the vet in like a week. She's due for like her next round of flu shots, I think it was.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Only she and the other boarding pup, which is interesting. They got the eye boogers.
Oh yeah.
None of the other dogs did. So I don't know if it's just not used to being around others or something like that. Other than that, they were perfectly fine. No like runny nose or lethargy or anything like that to be concerned of.
I think she just has allergies, to be honest.
Maybe.
Because she would get them like whenever we'd walk around every now and then.
We are outside a good bit. I can't stress to you how much you really can't push her past a certain limit. Anyways, before she just kind of like gives up and flops down. But I found the trick to that is to either have a ball on you or to kind of lift her up from the rear end. Because if you just keep trying to pull the front end, she'll just drag herself along. Yeah. But if you get like a ball or a toy to coerce her, she'll sometimes just get up and get the zoomies, and or lifting her up from the back end gets her kind of motivated to go again. This is the leash I have been using. You can still use your traditional one. She just has the tendency, like a puppy, to kind of mouth on it.
Yeah.
Which is actually not too bad because she kind of actually stays engaged more with you during the walks with it, which I found. So like instead of discouraging her, I just kind of went along with it.
Yeah. And as long as she's not just sitting there gnawing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Any other major developments over the last few days?
She's been really good with the other with the small pups that just came in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I think she's just getting more used to it. It's a lot less exciting.
Yeah.
So that's, like I said, something that you just want to keep up with. Because if you go too long without her like socializing and playing and seeing others again, then you run that risk of her getting super excited and energetic and the next time you like go to the dog park or something. But that's actually been really good for her, because not only for like meeting and playing with other pups, but for meeting people too. Because when we're kind of walking along in the neighborhood or in the stores, you'll see she's still very shy and timid. Mm-hmm. But when she's at the dog park, she's got that kind of freedom to go in and out as she pleases.
Yeah.
And so I think that really helps with her confidence in meeting other people too. So I would definitely recommend that. We did have one incident with got a bunch of new toys in, and she, I think, had a favorite and didn't want another pup around it. Yeah. So I had to de-escalate that situation. Luckily, I was paying attention and everybody was fine. But after that, I just kept them away from toys. So that would be something too that you'll want to be mindful of at a dog park. Hopefully there's none there and they're just running around playing with one another, but like sometimes maybe things like a ball or something like that gets contested over.
Yeah.
You might have to be there to kind of break up or redirect. She's really good about like when other pups have toys and she moves in and they like growl or whatever. She's good about respecting that, but then if she has something and they're moving into her space, she gets a lot more defensive.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's at least a little bit more relaxed on the other end of it. But when she has something, that's when you'll want to be a little bit more mindful. And it wasn't too bad, like a fight, but it was definitely like a scuffle.
Yeah.
No injuries or anything like that. It was pretty intense though. It's heated. Other than that, I think like between like the relationship between her and your husky, I think she just gets intimidated and like kind of put force on the back foot a little bit. So I think the more time that they spend together and the more relaxed they are together and everything, the better it'll be, especially now that she has more confidence. She's definitely not as sensitive too. And hopefully we'll be able to see on walks either here or at the shopping center. She's less reactive to other pups, but it really relies on how they're reacting, right? Because she's just interested. Like her leash aggression is like the fact that she wants to get to them and she wants to interact and she wants to play. And then if she can't and or they start barking and stuff, it just escalates like her excitement again. But being able to redirect her with the collar has been really easy on that. So, you know, didn't want to have to use it, but luckily she is super sensitive to the tone.
Yeah.
We didn't even try the vibrate. So that could be another good one. Like if you were at the dog park, that would be good to have on to her, you know, in case, you know, long range you needed to distract her or disrupt her or something like that. You'd be fine. She's also pretty okay with play humping, both reciprocating and receiving. It's interesting because the parents of the German Shepherd were a little concerned that he might, you know, be trying to hump her or anything because he is intact, but she was actually the one to hump him. So, you know.
You humping people?
So she is pretty good about that. She can stop. She listens to corrections well. And then when Bruce the bulldog tried to hump her, she took it in stride, and she also turned it into good play. So I think like temperament and behavior wise, she's come a long ways just from a lot of exposure, like a lot of good exposure. Just building up that confidence so she's not so like on edge was the thing. And then her leash and her listening behaviors, I don't know if you got a chance because I just finished the thumbnail and everything today, but her video from either yesterday or the day before, I think I'm still a day behind on videos, but she was doing really good. And the trick to it was just turning the training from like, you know, treating her more like a German Shepherd or an intelligent dog to like treating her more just like a little puppy.
Yeah.
And just turning it into as much like as casual as you can get it, as like relaxed play as you can get it. But she will follow commands. She'll like follow you. She'll heel a little bit. She'll stay. She'll come. You know, we only did it in like little bursts.
Yeah.
But she actually does it really well. If you want to give it a try, let's see if she listens to Dad.
Yeah.
Here's a treat pouch for you. We'll try it without putting her collar on and everything. And we'll see how she does. She's gotten a little bit better at listening because, like I said, when she does ignore, that's when I use the collar, so that way she can't just ignore anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's getting better at just responding the first time. So between that, the treats, the toys, and making it like more fun and engaging, she now wants to do things with us again. Whereas before, she really just like couldn't care less and just wanted to hang out in the environment and stuff.
Aspen.
Good, there you go. We'll see if she actually sits and waits for you too, because she's so excited to see you.
Aspen. Sit. Stay. No. Leave it. Go. Good girl. Aspen. Sit. Stay.
A little bit. Oh, here she goes. Oh. She just throws it all in there, man.
Sit.
Good girl. There you go.
full bore. Nothing but 100%.
You have to definitely be careful with cords and cables. I only noticed because my headphones were dangling, the cable was dangling off my desk a little bit, and I noticed that they were moving, and before I knew it, she already chewed through them. So definitely make sure you puppy-proof your place and any cords and things like that. She'll just chew through them right away.
Yeah.
So that was a lesson, hard learned, but at least you should be able to avoid in the future, hopefully. No, she definitely likes to chew and destroy things still, so I highly recommend like the harder chew toys. I've had a few of those that she really liked. Just especially since you have a husky at home, what I do is I give her her crate time with the chew toy.
Yeah.
So that way she's already kind of separated off. And usually it's after a session, so she's just gonna chill anyways.
That's typically what we try to do as well. The only issue that I've had with that is getting her to actually start chewing the harder toys. She usually like defaults to finding anything that's destructible and destroying it.
Yeah.
Which
I think what helped was just the fact that I kept everything away from her as much as possible, so it was like the only thing finally that she could like chew and play on.
Yeah.
So sometimes that'll help. I have like it usually set up so they're either out and we're playing and it's supervised, or she's in a playpen or a crate. So she doesn't get the free roam, unfortunately. She's just too I wouldn't say she's super destructive, but she's, with her size and her ability, her strength, I wouldn't just leave her out like the other little puppy. Yeah.
She doesn't go unsupervised inside.
It's a good idea. She doesn't mind the crate too much. Like I said, we tried to keep it to a minimum, and we kind of used that and the playpen area. And when she was in the playpen area with a couple of her small friends, she was fine. So I just tried to keep her like socially exposed as much as possible.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what else. We didn't really test recall too far because she keeps like kind of breaking early and wanting to come in, but at least you have like those short bursts of the sit stays.
Yeah. And we'll keep working.
Let's see. Did you have any questions before we go for like a couple walks?
Any like specific recommendations? Like we'll obviously keep working on like some of the leash manners and socialization stuff. But do you have like specific things that you would recommend I do?
I would do like if you don't already have a longer training leash, I would use that instead of like the shorter one. Like the shorter one's going to be good for when we go out in public and things like that, but she actually does really good at just following you. The problem will start to come in when you start pulling too much, and then she starts resisting and she starts struggling because she really just doesn't like that tension. She's probably used to I don't know, running around free or whatnot, but she really doesn't like it. So if you do have to use the leash, try to use it as minimally as possible. And like I said, she's a lot better responsive wise now to like the treats or a toy, and if she does get stuck, just a simple tone will help get her motivated again. So it should be a lot less of an issue of her just coming along with you.
Usually when I walk her on one of the retractables.
Right. Okay. Well, that would be good. You would just have to make sure that it's a heavy enough strength one. And I've had even parents with a Burmese Mountain Dog do too. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. She does get startled, and then she will like bark and overreact a little bit. I think I only saw that a couple times when we're out and somebody came around the corner, and then also at night.
Yeah.
So and it kind of fits her MO because she's already a little bit timid of people. So anything that pushes past that kind of pushes her into her reactivity side.
Yeah.
But luckily, it wasn't too hard to calm down. Most of it is just redirecting hard, making sure she changes direction so she's not facing them anymore, and then just walking to help break her concentration, and or using the tone. You said, I kind of wish she started using it sooner, but really wanted to try to get progress done without it.
Yeah.
But once we started using it, it was a lot easier to make progress again. So that'll be my recommendation if you do get stuck. The kind that I used was just the most popular one on Amazon, so it should be the easiest to find if you guys don't already have one. Yeah, we'll test that out a little bit with you, so you can see what it's like with her as well.
Okay.
All right, ready to go for this little walk here? But other than that, she's been great.
Good.
I was surprised at like how far along she's come, like socially too. Especially first couple days were very like apprehensive.
Yeah.
But once she warms up, she's actually really good.
It's generally been how she sort of reacted to people, like standoffish, really skittish at first, and then once she's used to them, she kind of loves on people, other than when she body checks you.
Luckily, she's still really young, so you might have a good opportunity. It's kind of still a numbers game if you can change it or not. How much good positive exposure to strangers that she gets, how big of an inner circle that you can help her to develop. See if you can move her back towards the neutral end at least.
Yeah.
She's not too far on the negative. She's definitely more towards the negative than the positive, but she's pretty close to neutral. So if you keep like hyper socializing her with good experiences, good friends, good people, then she might actually be able to kind of warm up to people even faster. She might not always be like the super friendliest right away, but you'll kind of chip at her wall, right, and kind of start knocking pieces of it down. It might still always, a little bit of it might always still be there.
Yeah.
But at least you can overcome it a lot more. Yeah, she's pretty good about not counter surfing, but you have to prompt her.
About what?
Not counter surfing, but you have to prompt her. It's the same thing, but also she scolds pretty easily too. So you don't have to go like super over the top to correct her or yoink her or anything like that. If you give her a good scolding, she'll correct well. So she's pretty sensitive for like, as like stubborn as she is at times and as strong as she is, she's actually pretty sensitive of a pup.
Yeah.
So you'll just want to try to keep that in mind when you're working with her.
Whenever she's getting into things outside and I scold her, she runs away.
She hasn't really eaten anything besides like some grass, so it's been good. Her stomach's been pretty good. Maybe some days it isn't perfect. Some days it goes back to perfect. I think it's just either too much or too few treats, just depending. But she's been eating good every day, except for I think it was like the first 1 or 2 meals she skipped out on.
Really? Never seen you skip out on a meal before.
She was just not having it, but after that she warmed up and she was okay. So I think it was just the whole, being
Change.
somewhere new and change. You ready?
You going to walk?
She's like, So we'll go for a little bit of a walk around the neighborhood, see how she does, and then we'll have the treat, the ball. You got the treats, and then the remote if we need it. We'll try not to use it, girl. I think also if you did jog consistently in the same place with less distractions, then you probably get really good with her with it. It's just if you start anywhere new, she'll end up stopping a lot more too.
Yeah.
And that's what I've realized, because we'll do like on like a regular walk, we'll just do a circle around these two rows here, and she's a lot less pulley. But then as soon as we go back there or somewhere new, she'll start again. So she definitely can get used to areas.
Good. Yeah, there's like a 2-mile loop that we usually walk.
Oh God, I'm surprised she can go to 2 miles. I feel like she's been slacking on me then. We don't get very far on our sessions. I mean, it is pretty warm out, even in the evenings and even later in the mornings now. But no, she'll usually go for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we gotta swap her out.
We would usually go pretty early in the morning. I'm still like 65, 70 max.
Yeah, I think the fall time will be much better for her.
Yeah. Which is pretty standard for us, because like our husky barely wants to set foot outside this time of year.
Yeah, I can imagine. Hopefully they'll get along. If you still have problems with them, and like I said, we'll still do the session at your place. But if you still have problems with them, let me know, and maybe we can on a night when hopefully I don't have too many pups. I think I only have 2 boarding pups next month. Can have them both sleep over and see if I can need to work on them like I did with her and the small pups in the beginning.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions on how I should bring her back into the house?
Just start them both off in a neutral place if you can. If you had somebody else with you, and just go for a nice long walk together, and then let her in first, and then let the husky in, and then just kind of keep a good close eye on both of them, especially around like the water or any of the toys and any other like things that they might share or whatnot. Things that either one of them might have claimed to be theirs, because I feel like that would be the only grounds for anything that could escalate. Just knowing her and not really knowing the husky as much. Good, there you go.
Yeah, I will keep that in mind.
But she did really, really good, so I'm hoping it's not just a conflict between their two personalities.
Yeah.
In which case, like I said, we can work on it. I just might need to borrow your husky. I've done that before for a client. Got their dog really good with other dogs, but then needed to still work on their actual home dynamics and stuff. So.
You getting hot already?
Done. Oh, she only had one accident too. I think I told you. I can't remember. It was in the beginning as well.
Yeah, I think she said she had a big old poop inside.
I was like, oh, look at that. Other than that, she's been fine. I think also when she starts to she starts to play with the other pups and drinks, she loses the thought of having to go outside to pee. But so long as you give them a good break, if she does start playing with your husky and drinking a lot, you should be fine as well. But it's pretty typical puppy stuff.
Yeah, and I've had hope that, like, as she gets older, some of her maybe like peaks of excitement will like dim a little bit.
I don't know, man. Those zoomies are intense. She doesn't get them too often though. Maybe a couple times a day.
Aspen.
So here.
Aspen.
Yeah.
Aspen. funny because of all of the toys that we had back at the house, balls were probably the thing she was least interested in. She couldn't have cared less.
It helps to keep her her attention a little bit now. Alright, then we'll put this on in case we get another incident when she gets stuck. But that's usually it, when she just when she finds a scent or gets hardline distracted enough, her name just like has little to no value. And then you have to, you know, yoink, unfortunately. Here, I'll trade you if you want to put this on her. It should be her size.
Yep.
There we go. The top button is the beep. Oh.
Aspen.
So good. Good girl, come on. There you go. Good. We don't want to give too much leeway between her name and or leash pressure and then the tone, because we want her to and start responding faster. So if we kind of give too long of a pause and too much of an opportunity for her to ignore, then she kind of loses that association. It's kind of like if you're scolding a kid and you're like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you just gotta like 1, 2, 3, go to your room.
Makes sense.
You can see she's gotten a little bit more used to it now, but I didn't want to like desensitize her to it either, right? So we had to kind of find a little bit of a middle ground between like freaking her out and her just responding. And that thing is still on tone level 1 of all things too. But I can have it at least on her now instead of having to be on me.
Yeah. Aspen.
Good girl.
Come. Come. Perk up.
Man, it is dead out here.
It's so freaking hot today.
Yeah, I would say usually people would be walking them before dinner, but I think they're also waiting, or they're at the pool. All right, let's head back, and then we'll do the indoor walk at the store. It doesn't take much to get her to this point too, when she's kind of just like lolling.
Yeah.
The hard part is like when she starts to just give up on the way back in.
Aspen.
Good girl, there you go.
Sounds from body language, you're struggling.
Yeah, we're about at that 30-minute mark. I'll go ahead and... Hey, how you doing? Good. There you go, good girl. Yeah, when you're out socializing her, you'll end up kind of socializing a lot yourself, because you'll kind of talk to people like, hey, she seems big, but she's actually really friendly if you want to meet, you know, or hey, is your dog friendly, things like that. Just because she is going to be on the bigger side, you might have to take a little bit more initiative when it comes to those things, knowing that she does really well around other pups. But if not, then try to just kind of turn her away as quickly as you can, or redirect her, because if you stay in that kind of gray zone, the longer you stay in it, the more fixated she gets, the more likely she's going to start to lose control again.
Yeah.
Um,
Aspen.
the time has gotten a lot better, right? And her initial greetings have gotten a lot better, but just hanging out in that area is going to be the hardest part for her still.
Yeah.
But she did really good there, even when the dog was starting to like pull towards her and growl and stuff.
Yeah.
If they're like kind of like the other dog or older and a lot more neutral, it's a lot easier too.
Yeah, you smell that?
I think she just needed some like heavy social catching up was all. She seemed very like, I don't know, tense, tight, closed off a little bit.
I mean, it makes sense considering where she was. For me, at least. Like,
I'm surprised that they didn't give her more while she was there.
I mean, the kennel that she was at was nice for an Iraqi kennel, but it's still an Iraqi.
Very like separated.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like they had like a big common play area, but they
okay.
weren't always out there. So she probably spent a lot of time cooped up.
Gotcha.
Compared to most
Oh.
kennels, I guess.
It probably also explains why she's so comfortable in the crate and playpen.
Yeah.
The only time she really would kind of like freak out is when the other dogs would start playing. She would want out and to play. Usually only had that problem like after meal times, cause try to get them to keep their stomachs to settle.
Aspen. Good girl.
It's funny because she has her moments when she's like really curious and has a lot of confidence, but then as soon as they kind of pay attention to her, that's usually when she starts to kind of back down a little bit and becomes a little insecure.
Yeah.
So it's like so long as they're ignoring her, she's good, but then as soon as they're like, oh, cute dog, and we say hi, she kind of closes up a little. Oh, did you hear that?
No. I'll get you something before we leave. Aspen. Good girl.
Yeah, momentum is gonna be key. So like if you want her to keep going, then you just keep going is good. But then like when you want her to just stop and smell stuff and relax, especially on walks and stuff, she doesn't usually linger for too long until she's super tired. She just flops down.
Yeah.
I find that she just kind of like checks stuff out, and then as soon as I start going, she'll start going again. That's some sushi. Oh, good girl. There you go. Yeah. So it's like
taking a big drink. I'll give her some water.
Oh, I was gonna say, I almost forgot.
If they have something available back there.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah. Sorry.
Come on. Good girl. Is it in the back?
What's up? Yeah, it's this way. Oh.
More. Come on. Nice.
It's convenient. It's very thoughtful.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to get her to the point where she would be like, okay, in a Home Depot or something like that.
Well, we can go there next. She actually does okay. It just depends on how tight the area is, and I'll kind of show you how to manipulate that. So after this, we'll head over there real quick, and then we'll let you go.
Okay.
It should be pretty slow there right now anyways, but, I would probably avoid, like, a Saturday morning or something like that. Good girl. You ready to go? Want some more? To tell because she'll want to move away on her own, so that's why it's important to kind of have a good loose leash going on, and have plenty of space between people. Like I said, it's interesting because she doesn't have quite the same like problem as Teddy, like just immediately wanting to go to everybody. With her, it's kind of random. She'll have sometimes the confidence to, and then sometimes she'll be unsure of. But either way, because of her size, we never want her to kind of approach somebody first. We always want to, clear it with them and or have her redirect her focus back to us and sit or wait first.
Yeah.
So just trying to get those good habits in there for her. She's pretty good about it though.
Does the smell remind you of home?
She likes the wood. So when she starts getting fixated like that, I'll just do it like a name check.
Aspen.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh,
You want to?
my dog's name.
Oh, do you want to say hi?
Of course.
She's a little on the shy side.
Okay.
Good girl. There you go. Good girl. There you go. Good job.
Name's Aspen.
Too bad your pup's not here too.
I know.
What kind do you guys have?
We have three, but
Oh, wow.
Aspen is a white pit bull.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Ah.
she's deaf.
I wonder if that's like a thing that's
The white
more
cart.
common on
It
white.
is, actually. We just
Yeah.
had a discussion about this at home. It's if they have white and blue eyes, they're more prone to become deaf than
Because
something to do with the pigmentation.
I feel like almost all of the deaf dogs I've ever seen
Yeah.
are like white and most of them are pit bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that we vibrate training for one that was a deaf dog. He was also white.
Yep, it is definitely something to the pigmentation. It's interesting that you asked that because we just had a discussion about that today at home. Yeah.
Good job, big guy. You want to say hi?
How old is he?
She's like 11 months.
Really?
Good girl. There you go. Good. Good job. There you go.
Sweet girl.
She's got her little bursts of courage there.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. The longer we stand here,
Yeah.
the more courage we get.
That was good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.
That was good. She's even a little bit more confident than she usually is. She usually has a slower approach. So it might be because they're also dog people or something too.
Smell it on them.
She did a good job of just kind of like offering her scent too and not pushing in. Some of it too is like if you're able to coach people, while you're interacting with her, then that will always help. But sometimes, especially with kids or people that are too excited, ends up kind of pushing too much and like adding that additional pressure and startling her. But she does pretty good.
Aspen.
And that's where also having like a tighter harness comes in. I tightened up that one as much as it would go.
Yeah, I fit two sizes on them. This was the next size up. The other one. The next size down. Aspen.
Yeah, she definitely seems like she's gonna be like an in-between size kind of dog too.
The next one down was basically choking her out.
Yeah,
Even on the maximum.
poor thing.
I thought it was too, but after the life of me can't find it.
They're saying goodbye to your Aspen. Oh. She met the neighborhood kids. They were more scared of her than she was of them. So I don't think they really got to engage.
Yeah, she scared off all of our neighborhood kids too. She was a little more reactive right when I first got her back because she just came off of 36-hour plane ride.
Right.
You know, strange people.
She might be more okay now if you had friends that had kids that you know you can talk to and she can approach them on her own time.
No.
Bleach. Very good. Watch out for the spikes. Good job. Hey, how you doing? Oh, good boy, Aspen. Huh? It's funny, we have like nobody loading or unloading any heavy machinery or anything right now. It's like the quietest it's ever been. I guess it is like Friday evening. We got some more kids. So in those cases, right, if like you're getting in close proximity and she's already starting to drift, like with these kids, I would either get her attention early and pull her off to the side to let somebody go through and get her to like stay, or be ready with like the remote, right, to kind of beep her to snap her focus back. Hi. You want to say hi? Hey, how you doing? Good girl.
Sit. I need to get used to doing that.
I don't think she has problems hearing. I think she just needs more word association with things than like, wouldn't say the average pup, but unfortunately than the average pup. Just out of all the pups that I've worked with, just seems either like just slower to catch on or just faster to catch on to like gestures, motions, and prompts.
It's okay, you little dumb. Yeah.
It's weird because I don't think she means to like ignore or be hard-headed or anything like that. I think she's just naturally less responsive to auditory stuff, which is interesting again because like when I first beeped that thing, she like almost jumped out of her skin. So she's very interesting. Are we calling it? You did good.
It could also very well be that she spent the first 7.5, 8 months of her life only hearing Kurdish.
That too. I don't even think about that because I know sometimes the German pups that they import over, they keep them with the language too that they started training them with as they were growing up.
You hot.
You have any questions on anything?
No.
I think she should definitely be a lot easier for you to handle and work with now.
Yes. I mean, we're pretty much at the point where like I kind of just needed her to be so I could train her on my own.
I really wanted to get her more like snappy
Yeah.
in responses and stuff, but I genuinely don't think she's that kind of dog, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You can kind of get her, like you'll see in like the last video, if you kind of make it fun and do short little drills, you can kind of emulate it, but it's definitely not the same.
Yeah. It's while she's playing the game, she'll do it.
Yeah. So that's like the key. If it's like you really want to be successful with her, just make sure she's having a good time with you, and she's comfortable, and she's having fun. Because as soon as you apply any pressure, that's when you're gonna have problems with her.
Yeah.